Just first, get your thoughts on McDavid, no Barry, no Derek Ryan tonight. I guess as a team that's trying to come out of something here. What was your reaction here on that?
Yeah, life of COVID in professional sports. You guys go down. Seems like every day. So for us, there's no excuses. We got to work our way out of this, no matter who's in the lineup, who's out of the lineup. So for us, this is a great challenge tonight. Good team here in Toronto, and it's we got to be excited just to get up and play. And that's the gist of it. It's the only way to get out of a funk or a slump is just to work your way out of it. And there's got to be an excitement, especially playing against a good team tonight.
Tibble was talking about taking the good things that you could take out of the Ranger game on Monday. Just as a group, how would you assess just the feeling around everyone right now here the last couple of days?
Yeah, no, there's things within our game that if we continue to build on, you need them to be a successful team in this league. And yeah, there's definitely areas that we can clean up, but there's a lot of positives within our game that we can build on. And for us, you gotta keep that focus and maintain that focus on doing those good things each and every night, because you can't take any nights off, and that's the only way that you have success in this league is by doing the right things most of the nights. And if you continue to do that with consistency, you'll find ways to put wins together.
What are your thoughts on maybe a guy like Evan Bouchard? As kind of his minutes have gone up here a bit, and his role is continuing to grow with the group. What do you see from him?
Yeah, no, Bouch has been great. Obviously his awareness of the puck and his ability to make plays, and just you can just see he's been getting more and more comfortable as the season's gone on, and it's been fun to play with him and see him continue to grow.
I saw at the end of practice yesterday, you and Jim Playfair were talking on the ice for a while, and then again this morning chatting as well. I just the relationship between the two of you. How would you describe it?
Oh, it's awesome. Jim's a great coach. He's as a player, he shows you areas that you need to clean up. He doesn't let you off the hook, and he's always looking for ways to grow your game. And I think that as a competitor, as a player, that's what you want from a coach. And on top of that, he just cares for all of us in the group. He cares about winning, and that's a huge part. That's a huge part of as a group. When you want to grow, you want to have a leader back there that sees the game and views winning and losing the same way as you do. So he's been great, not just for me, but for the whole group.
So those chats, are you talking hockey, talking life, a bit of everything, or?
Usually on the ice, mostly hockey.
Yeah.
But I mean, a little bit of everything. We have a really good relationship, and like I said, he's someone that pushes me every day to grow my game and be better and better. So that's what you want.
That's all I got. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Darnell. Thanks, Darnell.
Thank you. No problem.
Having obviously a very challenging time right now, and not always sure who's in and out of the lineup. For a younger defenseman who's taken on more minutes, sort of how do you see this situation right now, what you personally need to do, and maybe what the team needs to do?
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal to have guys go down, but you have to adapt to it. It's kind of where we're at in the world today. That people are going to be going down, and got to be ready to adjust to it. And when guys go down, you have to work that much harder to kind of pick up some of the role that they play.
Is it almost at the stage now where you're sort of waiting each day to what's going to be next with this, given the challenges specifically with the variant?
Yeah, definitely. You kind of really have no idea what's going to happen. You could feel fine and still test positive. It's like you said, it's I guess the variant. So you just have to be ready every day, whether ready to play, whether you have it or not. I guess you never know.
You know the numbers. 20 of the last 24 games, you've given up the first goal against. Is there anything you guys? I mean, do you have to forget about that stat and just go play, or conversely, is in the back here? Like, how does that work?
I guess yeah. Like you think about stuff like that. It's obviously you're not trying to give up the first goal of the game. I think we just have to bear down that much more. really work that much harder to keep the puck out of the net, whether it's the first goal or third goal, whatever it is.
It's going to be a little odd after having fans in New York over the last 3 games not to have people in the building tonight.
Definitely, it's kind of bringing it back to last year. After last year, I kind of thought that was the end of the no fans thing, but here we are back again, and you just have to adjust to it.
As a young guy, how often do you talk to Duncan Keith and pick his brain from all he's been through as a defenseman?
Yeah, he's great to talk to, easy to talk to. He's good with everyone. He's a real leader in the room, and everyone looks up to him. So it's great to have him here.
Can you pinpoint an example of something you've learned from him, or something you want to take from him, from his wisdom?
Well, yeah, there's a lot you can take from him. He's the top defenseman in the league for many, many years, and to have him on the team is special. Just little things like body positioning, sticks, in this lane, and little things like that he really helps out with.
Awesome. Thanks, Doug.
How are we doing?
We're going the wrong direction. Connor and Ryan are both won't play tonight in protocol, and we also lost Barry. Won't play tonight for protocol.
I asked Sheldon Keith this, the Leafs basically lost almost everybody at the same time. Flames, the same thing. If you had to get COVID, it's kind of a cold question, but if you had to get it, would it be better to get it all at once, shut down for a couple of weeks?
It's been talked about in our group. That's exactly it. You're just feeding the drip thing is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So we've got to keep pounding away here. We got this game. We got one more game against Ottawa, and we got a little break here. So hopefully we can get through it a little bit. But of our players on the roster right now, we've had with Barry going on now, we've had 11 of our roster has got it. So you're right kind of in the halfway mark. We had some guys that had it just before training camp started. So you're hoping that they're still immune from it, but it's wreaks havoc with your team for sure.
Dave, I don't know if you'd be in those conversations, but was there any talk about not playing tonight's game just with what you're dealing with there? Do you know?
I met with Kenny last night, and again we had breakfast this morning, and there was nothing talked about that. I think our numbers, like we get Cassian back tonight, you lose McDavid, Ryan, and Barry really are the only 3 guys we have on COVID right now, so we have enough players to play, but it wreaks havoc with your lineup.
What's the mood of the group when they hear that news? All those 3 guys are out. Our group has been, I know it seems like from the outside everything is chaos, but our group has stayed very tight inside. Like if you watch our games, our team is working hard. We're trying to find solutions to this, and that was the mindset this morning. Like we've got players that are jumping in there and playing. We've got to play hard, give ourselves the best chance to find a way to win tonight, and that's what we're going to do.
Further that yesterday when you talked about frustration of coming out of the Ranger game and such, like how for you quickly are you kind of okay, that's behind us now, is it the next day type thing, or when do you
got it when you're in situations you take the positives out of the game. Like there was some real good stretches in that game. If you look at our possession time doubled them in their zone, right? So you got to find places that you're doing things well and try to accentuate those. You still got to take some mistakes out of your game, but with our group right now, we're trying to push the positives. We're doing some things right. We got to stay with it to try to get a better result.
There was a quote this morning from Mikko Koskinen in the Finnish outlet just saying he felt like the bus had been backed over him. Was that something you would address with him directly, or have you? Or
no, we talked. I talked about it yesterday. Goaltenders, when they make mistakes, it has an impact on the game, and when we're a team struggling, we need, those are mistakes that are made that affect the outcome of the game. So it's no different than we would say with a defenseman. I mentioned it yesterday. You got forwards, A winger makes a mistake, you never notice it. The centerman a little more, defenseman a little more, and goaltenders, they're front and center. It has an impact on the game. And there's a frustration around our team. And the question was, it wasn't the whole game, the question was the start of the game. That was the whole thing was taken out of context. We're talking about starting the game, right? The first 5 minutes of the game, not giving up the first goal. That's what it was. Mikko made some good saves in that game, right? He hung around the game. But it was the start of the game that we're trying to get off to a good start. That's the part that was, you get emotional about.
Is Mike Smith an option tonight?
Yeah, he is. He'll play.
Okay.
All right.